Do you really wanna test it? I swear nothing beats that intro. So months ago during Peacemaker Season 2 production, James Gunn mentioned that there would be a brand new choreography with a different song for the intro. At first I was skeptical, then I thought to myself, well, it's James Gunn. Maybe he would figure out something even more iconic than the original. But boy, the moment I watched Season 2, that intro gave me the ick. I honestly miss Season 1 intro so much and I want it back. They can change the dance for all I care, but don't mess with the original song. Now I know a lot of you would say, oh, it's nostalgia bias, you would warm up to it eventually. But no, that wasn't the case in Season 1. It was love at first sight from the moment I heard it. Come on, James Gunn, why change something that was already perfect? And believe me, that wasn't even the biggest shock I had in this episode. Hi everyone, Ezugo here and welcome back to the channel. Remember that epic cameo in Season 1 finale? You know, the one where the Justice League finally showed up at the end? Yeah, that was completely retconned and swapped with the Justice Gang. No Aquaman, no Flash, no Wonder Woman, everything has completely been erased as if it never happened in the first place. That was a bold move from James Gunn and I can see a set of fans punching the air right now. Yeah, some people might argue that that wasn't necessary, but if you come to think of it, Peacemaker is a character that clearly wants to be a superhero. You know, he wants to join the big leagues like the Justice League. But in the new DCU, there is nothing like the Justice League yet. You only have the Justice Gang at this point in time. So it is logical for him to replace the Justice League with the Justice Gang since they are not yet existing in this universe.
Peacemaker was always in a weird place. You know, people say he's a part of the DCEU, but he wasn't really. He was a part of this in-between universe of DC when there was nobody really, you know, making sure everything was connected, and at a time when they were going to rewrite everything with the Flash. You know, we were kind of able to do whatever we wanted, and we had that brash ending, which I loved, was one of my favorite things in the whole season, but it just didn't fit in with the DCU. And Peacemaker almost, you know, there's hardly anything that you need to change for him to slide very easily into the DCU. Same with Blue Beetle. They just kind of fit in very nicely.
This video explains that when they were producing Peacemaker Season 1, they never had in mind of a connected DCEU. And at that point in time, Warner Brothers was planning on rewriting everything with the Flash. So they didn't have to be, you know, careful of what they add or what they don't add. But right now in the new DCU, the Peacemaker is now part of a connected universe. So it's best they start replacing things from the old DCU that they don't want to work with. And the same goes for Blue Beetle. That movie is the safest among all the DCU projects because they never mentioned anything from the old DCU. It was just a standalone movie. So it perfectly fits into the new DCU without creating some kind of confusion among the general audience. So I understand what Gunn is saying right here. Now, about the first episode of Season 2, what are my thoughts about it? I pretty much liked it. The episode wasted no time. It hit the ground running almost immediately. At the first episode, you already know what the threat is, you already know the dynamics of the character and where they are heading to in this season. They even dropped references from the Superman movie, indicating that this show happens immediately after the events of Superman. The tone of this episode feels a little bit more serious than Season 1, but then again, it's the first episode and everything can change as we proceed in this show. There was one scene I loved in this movie, the point where Peacemaker met with his father and his brother in the other universe. That scene got me very emotional. I don't know if it is the fact that I relate to it on a personal level or the fact that John Cena is a very good actor. I think one of the best among the retired wrestlers. So yeah, this first episode is a solid start to the season and I do hope that they continue with this pace and not drop the ball at the middle of this show. Anyway, I would save my rating for the entire season once it wraps up. If you love movies and TV shows like I do, especially DCU movies and TV shows, do well to subscribe to this channel and I will update you guys on a lot of things that's happening in the DCU. So that's all for now and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.